Students, today we are going to introduce the basic concepts of the OSPF routing protocol. First, let's take a look at what OSPF routing protocol is. OSPF stands for Open Shortest Path First, and it is a type of interior gateway protocol used for making routing decisions within a single autonomous system, as it is a typical link state routing protocol, which distinguishes it from the earlier mentioned RIP routing protocol, a typical distance vector routing protocol. OSPF utilizes the famous Dijkstra algorithm to calculate the shortest path tree. OSPF has two versions, OSPF v2 and OSPF v3. OSPF v2 is used in IF4 networks, while OSPF v3 is used in IF6 networks. OSPF v2 is defined in AFC 2328, and OSPF v3 is defined in AFC 5340. OSPF runs directly on top of IP protocol and uses IP protocol number 89. Now let's take a look at how the OSPF routing protocol works. In the topology, routers send link state advertisements, LSAs, to announce the link state. Based on the LSA advertisements, each router forms a topology database table. The OSPF routing protocol performs SPF, shortest path first, calculation based on the topology database to derive the best route information and topology structure. Finally, each router's routing table is calculated based on the best route information and topology structure. This is the working process of the OSPF routing protocol. Next, let's take a look at the characteristics of the OSPF routing protocol. Supports classless inter-domain routing, CIDR, which means it supports variable length subnet masks. Supports area division, allowing the network to be divided into multiple areas as needed. No routing self-looping. Fast convergence speed for route changes. Uses IP multicast for sending and receiving protocol data. Supports multiple equal cost routes. Supports authentication of protocol messages. The default administrative distance of OSPF is 110 Cisco standard. OSPF advertises link state information, LSA, rather than routing table updates. LSAs, link state advertisements, are flooded to all OSPF routers within the area. Regarding link state, link refers to a router's interface, and state describes the interface and its relationship with neighboring routers. Link state, it is the descriptive information on the interfaces of routers running OSPF. Now let's compare the differences between the OSPF routing protocol and the RIP routing protocol. Focusing on the key points. OSPF is a link state routing protocol, whereas RIP is a distance vector routing protocol. OSPF supports variable length subnet masks, VLSM, while RIP version 1 does not support VLSM, and version 2 does support it. OSPF measures cost considering factors like bandwidth and delay, while RIP only considers the hop count. When there are changes in the OSPF topology, convergence is relatively fast, while in RIP, convergence speed is slower. OSPF triggers updates based on events, whereas RIP triggers updates based on routing changes. The algorithms used in the two routing protocols are completely different. OSPF uses the Dijkstra algorithm. The OSPF protocol classifies network types into 4 categories based on the interface layer 2 protocol. Point-to-point, P2P, PPP, HDLC. Broadcast network, broadcast, Ethernet. Non-broadcast multi-access, NBMA, ATM, X. 25. Point-to-multipoint, P2MP, network. The network type affects the sending of protocol packets, neighbor discovery, formation of adjacency relationships, and route calculations. Broadcast networks and NBMA networks require the election of DA, BDA, designated router backup designated router. Now let's take a look at common terms used in OSPF. OSPF introduces the concept of areas, which are divided into 2 types. Backbone area, Area 0. Non-backbone area. Note, all non-backbone areas must be connected to the backbone area. Router ID is a 32-bit unsigned integer that uniquely identifies a router within the entire autonomous system as. Now, please complete the following assignments. The above is the content of our class today. Everyone, please review the material carefully after class. In the next class, we will provide an introduction to the working principles of the OSPF routing protocol. See you in the next class.